Boom! Welcome back to Otto Tries Fitness. Today I'm going to show you my favorite recipe, the one that I would say helped me lose 90 pounds. And I still eat it every morning because it's just that damn good. And I think you're going to love it too. If you're a fan of pancakes, you're a fan of French toast, breakfast foods, you're going to love this recipe. However, I'm going to show you two recipes because over time, like I said, I've been eating this every day for a long time. My recipes kind of evolved based on what I needed. So I'm going to show you what I started out with and what it's evolved to so that you know which one to make based on your macro requirements for that period. One of them is going to be high protein, and then the other one's going to be high carb. Both are going to be low calorie, and they're going to taste delicious. And if you're new here, please subscribe and like the video. We got lots of crazy stuff going on. We do challenges, we do weight loss journeys. I follow my best friend, my father, my family through their weight loss journeys. If you want to lose weight, check out my book. I wrote a book on the best way to lose weight without compromising on volume of food. I eat like 12 pounds of food a day, and you can too. And I'm the leanest I've ever been. And I did not start off lean. I was a fat kid, and I was fat all the way into adulthood. But now I comfortably live with abs, and I eat, like I said, probably 12 pounds of food a day. I haven't weighed it yet, but it's pretty damn close. Like I said though, we do other things. We do weight loss journeys, we do educational videos, we do recipes, we do challenges, fitness challenges. It's awesome. I think you guys are really gonna love what's coming up. Please subscribe and let's get on with the video. So, ingredients wise, we're going to need, obviously, some bread. You can use white bread, but for these recipes, the best way to lose weight while not compromising on volume of food is to focus on low-calorie dense foods. And what that means is trying to find the foods that are the same size and volume as other foods, but not the same calories. So a good example of this is this bread. And it's also, it doesn't have to say keto on it. I think they priced this a little bit higher than the other bread. So this just is the same brand, but it's not keto, but it has pretty much all the same properties as it, and it's like half the cost. But the most important thing about this bread is that it's a high fiber bread. It's half the calories of normal bread. And in this case, it's actually less than half. So your normal like bunny bread or whatever normal white bread you get, typically 70, 80 calories per slice. This, same volume of slice, but it's 30 calories. So just that alone, that substitute, you're not compromising on volume, but you're saving half the calories, if not more. And that is like the key to this recipe. But we're gonna make it taste delicious. So let's talk about the other ingredients. We got the bread, egg whites. So you can use normal eggs, but egg whites are less calorie dense. And like I said, that's the most important thing that we're focusing on here. Splenda, 0-calorie sweetener of your choice. And I also got, this is more for decoration and like that extra spice on it. Not spice, but that extra decorative touch. This is powdered sweetener that's 0 calories. A low-calorie maple syrup. So this is Maple Grove Farms. And it's the lowest calorie syrup I've found. Basically, you just want to find a sugar-free syrup. This one is 5 calories per 30 milliliters. Most of the other ones that I found are probably somewhere between, for the same volume, 10 calories or 15 calories. If you compare that to any other regular syrup, that's like a tenth of the calories. Most syrups are like 90 to 120 calories for that same volume, and that is just ridiculous. Because nobody's gonna use only 30 milliliters. We're not using 30 milliliters this recipe. We're gonna use half the damn bottle. You're telling me you get a fat stack of pancakes or waffles, you're gonna measure out 30 milliliters? You wanna see what 30 milliliters looks like? Let me show you what 30 milliliters looks like. So we're gonna use our scale here. And we zeroed it out. And I'm gonna use my syrup, and then we're just gonna add 30, and grams is the same as milliliters for this case. So, There you go. There's your syrup. What, you wanted more? No, that's 30 mil. That's 120 calories if you're using regular syrup. What? You can't go over that. Oh, you wanted 5 times that? You wanted 600 calories of syrup? Everybody does. That's why we're all fat. That is why a lot of us are fat. That's why I was fat, because damn it, syrup is delicious. And I want 5, 6, 7 times that. I want to use half the freaking bottle on my pancakes. So that is why we get low-calorie syrup. Next, we're going to be using sugar-free jelly. Again, this is a fraction of the calories. This is regular sugar-filled jelly. So for this, it's 10 calories per 17 grams. You get regular jelly, it's about 5 times that. We're gonna need ground cinnamon, vanilla extract, berries of choice. I'm gonna choose blueberries and strawberries. Here's our ingredient list lineup. It looks delicious. I'm making pancakes. The 2 recipes are gonna be using 2 different pieces of equipment. One, the original recipe that's high protein, is gonna be using a frying pan. And the second recipe, which is high carb, will not use egg. We will be using the air fryer. So if you don't have those, I'm sure you can make a workaround by using an oven or something like that, or using the toaster for the air fryer recipe. But I'm gonna show you how I do it with my equipment. First step is you're gonna wanna get the pan ready. So I'm gonna get my pan, I'm gonna spray some non-stick oil on it, just a little bit, and we're gonna turn it on medium to high heat to get it sizzling. I'm gonna use a really big pan so that I can fit multiple slices in here. All right. And now we're going to turn it onto medium to high heat. And then what we're gonna start doing is preparing our egg mixture. Very crucial, you'll wanna use a weigh scale or a food scale, whatever you wanna call it. And remember to zero out your scale. If you never used a food scale before, the best way to do this is to put the bowl that you're gonna use, because you just wanna measure the egg whites. There's a couple of different ways you can do it, but this is how we're gonna do it right now. We're gonna zero that out to make sure that says 0. And then we can add it, and now it'll only read the added egg white to it. So I'm using 315 grams of egg whites in this recipe. And if you calculate that, that's about 34 grams of protein and 164 calories just for the egg whites. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take some of your Splenda, and this is very subjective. If you like them sweeter, use more. If you don't like it as sweet, maybe use a little bit less. I like mine pretty sweet. I'm gonna use 1/3 cup. I'm gonna use a full teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then, even though it won't mix perfectly, I like to throw a little bit of cinnamon in it. But it usually likes to stay on top. Now we're gonna mix this together. And I don't have a whisk, so I'm going to use a fork. All right, our pan is starting to steam. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bread. I'm probably gonna use 5 or 6 slices. We're gonna dip it in this, and then we're gonna transfer it to the pan. Take your bread, dip it in, kind of soak it up, transfer it, throw it in the pan. Make sure it really soaks in there. Ooh, that's a steamy boy. Try to morph them together. All right, and then what I like to do with the rest of the egg whites, I have just a tad bit left. I'm gonna just kind of pour it on there. The leftovers, hopefully to get a little bit more of a saturation. And now we're gonna let those do their thing. I'm gonna turn down the heat just a little bit to about medium. All right, so make sure you keep a close eye on that. But while we're waiting, we're going to work on the next recipe, which is a lot quicker and less messy. The next recipe, basically, we take our bread and we rip it up, just because we're gonna put it in the air fryer. And if you rip it up, it allows the air to pass through and get to all the pieces rather than creating like a blanket of bread, kind of like we did in the pan. So we're gonna rip it up into a bunch of different chunks. This isn't exactly French toast. I call it French toast, but I guess it's more like fancy toast more than anything. So we're going to rip it up and we're gonna put it into the air fryer, and we're just gonna let it go for about 6 or 7 minutes at 350 degrees. Let's do it. Here's our air fryer. Since we're not using egg whites, we can take that extra 164 calories and we can use the bread for that. So if this is 30 calories a slice, that'll be about 5 more slices. So I'm gonna put 10 slices in here. Look at that. Look at that. I'm telling you, you can eat so much food and lose weight. So I just rip it up best I can. It's a little bit gruesome, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes when you're in a hurry, or if you just want to be lazy, this is the best option. And remember to keep an eye on your other recipe if you're making both. Maybe you want to try both. We're going to take that over to our air fryer. And we're going to put it in. I know it says 25, but we're just going to wait till that goes down to 18. Let's check on our other recipe. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon onto the top while it's cooking. But I'm also going to add some blueberries before we flip it. And I'm gonna push them in there so they kind of stick into their little pillows. And that was 88 grams of blueberries. Make sure you weigh your food so you know what you're putting into your body. You want to be conscious of your calories. All right, we're gonna try to give it a quick flip. The last one. Probably should have put the blueberries in sooner. That's what you get for multitasking. All right, so those are gonna be done very soon. And we still have about 3 minutes left on the air fryer. So I will come back when that's ready. All right, now comes the fun part. So we've got both of our recipes. I got one plated and one in a bowl. Now comes the syrup, the toppings, and all the goodness that really amplifies these meals. Let's start with our fancy toast. I'm going to start with a generous amount of sugar-free jam, but make sure you weigh it. Weigh everything, at least until you know what you're doing. So for this, it got about 150 grams. So I'm gonna write it down. Now the recipe only got about 60. For the fancy toast, is I cut up 100 calories worth of strawberries. We're gonna just dump that right on there. And then after we put all the ingredients together, we're gonna mix it about. That looks so good. Okay, next, we're going to add our syrup. Make sure you weigh it. Be conscious of your calories. I can't stress it enough. It is the most important thing you can do. It is maintenance. It is putting oil in your car. It's like managing your health bar in a video game. Like, you need to do it or you're not gonna make it very far. All right, so syrup, I put quite a bit because there is a lot of toast in here. And the best thing about the syrup is that it will soak into the toast. So I usually put about 300 grams. So I put about 330. I'm gonna eat this all when I'm done here filming, and it's gonna be such a great meal. I am probably going to pass out, honestly. Like, I'm so excited to eat this. Now we gotta put our syrup on the other one. Like I said, make sure you weigh it. So I've already zeroed it out. I'm just gonna, whoop. Yummy. You don't have to eat chicken and broccoli and rice to make gains and lose weight. You can eat what you want. And like I said, this is all subjective, but this is just an example. You don't have to eat French toast every day. I just do it because that's my favorite food. Growing up, French toast and like eggs, breakfast food, oh, my favorite. You need to find your favorite. This is just an example of how you can make low calorie dense foods. But we're not done yet. That was about 95 grams of syrup. All right, now for our fancy toast, I'm going to mix it up, really get in there. I also like to put cinnamon on this one because like we didn't add any cinnamon to it yet. So before I mix it up, I really give it a good coat of cinnamon. And all that syrup, if it didn't get in the bread, it's in the bottom of the bowl. So you really try to scoop it up and put it in there. I actually had to go buy a specifically bigger bowl for my meals because I eat so much volume. So this is my big bowl that I got at Walmart. I use it for pretty much every meal. Once you got it thoroughly mixed up, we're gonna add some powdered sweetener that's also 0 calories. And we're gonna try not to go overboard on this because it's a lot can go a long way. So we're just gonna try to just sprinkle it on top. There goes that. Alrighty, it has been done. Both recipes have been made. They both look extremely good. I'm going to put the macros and the calorie count on the screen. But remember, this is a meal that has evolved over time. Do you want more protein or do you want more volume, more carbs? So it really depends on your situation, but I think you can use both and you can learn and use this as an example that not all foods are the same calorie density. And you can make certain substitutes to make your meals less calorie dense while also eating the same volume, if not more. All right, so final macros and calories for our egg white in pan French toast, the OG. We have 440 calories, 45 grams of protein, 85 grams of carbs, 15 of those carbs being from fiber, and 2 grams of fat. And our other bowl, I got a little carried away. You can tell the volume difference, but I think I got a little bit carried away with the strawberry jam and the strawberries, but it's still half, if not a third of the calories of any other French toast or like anything that tastes like this is gonna be if you go out and eat. It is still by far way better. For our big bowl, it was 590 calories with 22 grams of protein, so half the protein is this one, but 186 grams of carbs with 31 grams being fiber and 4 grams of fat. How do they taste, right? Let me see. I know how this tastes, but fuck, I love it, man. Let me get a strawberry in there. It is so good. Every piece is just so sweet and delicious and crunchy. That air fryer is a big deal. But let's try our egg whites. This is how I normally used to make them when I first started losing weight. But as I evolved, and I would use regular bread for this. So, but as I evolved to the half the calorie bread, the high fiber bread, I started eating more and it just wouldn't fit on the plate anymore. Oh, I love this stuff. Not only, these two are very different tasting too. They both taste like French toast and like sweetness. And obviously there's a difference between the blueberries and the strawberries. The air fryer really gives you that crunchiness, while the egg in the pan gives you that sponginess. And I don't know which one I prefer because I like them both, but I think they both definitely have their place. I hope you guys like this video, and if you want to see more content like this, or if you want to check out my challenges, make sure to check those out. I did 100,000 steps in a day. I also learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube in 1 week, and then I ran a mile until I solved it, which was pretty difficult. Both were pretty difficult, different types of difficult. Also check out Cam's comeback and the series where I follow my best friend through his weight loss journey. He's already lost 15 pounds, and it's really exciting, and I'm so excited to see where he goes. And if you're new here, stay tuned because I'm going to be going to Florida to help my sister lose weight, which is going to be another series of weight loss. And you're going to see how everybody struggles a little bit differently and how everybody wants to do things differently to lose weight. It's very exciting. I'm very blessed to do that for them. If you want more recipes or if you want more videos, let me know what you want to see. if you guys need an understanding of how to use a food scale or anything like that. Or if you want to buy my book's out. It's going to tell you everything that I wish I knew when I was younger and overweight. It's going to tell you all that without the BS fluff. It's a short book, is purely what you need to know, and it'll help you focus on what you need to focus on and tell you what you need to prioritize in order to become a healthier, more fit human being. And if you like this video, make sure you like it, subscribe. I am going to be producing a lot more content for you guys, and I am so blessed. Remember, be conscious of your calories. I'm out. I get to eat this. Yes. I mean, I would normally eat that much in the bowl, but I get to eat that too. Hard work pays off.